I'm going to do a little experiment with you right now. I want you to, it's going to be a little hard. It may turn sideways. I want you to put your fingers like this. You may have to turn sideways so you don't bump the person next to you, but put them out like this. All right, now notice you should be able to see both fingers. If you look forward, you should be able to see both fingers unless you have a visual problem. All right, yeah, and then look around at all the people you can see just from where you are without moving your head. Just look at all the people that are in your peripheral vision that are around. You can see, well, you guys are a little harder, but in the back. Here, now what I want you to do is take your hands like this. Make these, instead of fingers, make them cups, half cups. And then bring those cups together in front of your eyes. Now notice how, and now look through them as if they were a pair of binoculars. Notice how little you can now see around you. You can see very little around you because your vision has become truncated. Okay? Your vision has become truncated. What happens when you go from here to here, you can't see as many things. And what happens is this. When you're upset, or when you're happy, when you're happy, you get very open and you can learn and make great decisions. When you get upset, there's a thing inside your brain called the amygdala that gets triggered. Now, if you were to drill, I don't suggest that you do this, but if you were to drill through your ears and down your head, where the places that the two drills would meet would be this thing called the amygdala. And the amygdala is like an on-off switch. It represents and recognizes fear. And what it does is when it sees something that threatens them, that's negative and threatens them, because negativity threatens people. When they see negativity, what happens to them is their vision shrinks, and it goes from 180 degrees to 30 degrees of peripheral vision. If you drove a car with 30 degrees peripheral vision on the way home, you'd be in an accident before you got home. You'd be in an accident before you got home. Nobody drives with 30% visual field. Remember the movie Jurassic Park? Remember that movie? About the dinosaurs that ate people. Remember what the Australian guy said to everybody? Where he said to the scientists, he was telling them how the velociraptors hunt. He says, mate, I love to do the Australian accent. So he said, mate, now there's a velociraptor gets up in front of you, maybe 50 meters in front of you. And he said, and you're looking at him, and he's looking at you, and you're thinking, maybe I can outrun this sucker. He says, but then he's not the one that kills you. He says, the one that kills you comes from the side that you never see. Remember that? And what he was talking about is that when your visual field through negativity gets narrowed, you become very vulnerable to other things that you don't see.